Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Liam Douglas here, and in today's video we're doing a review of the Kase Wolverine number 25 black and white filter. This is a red filter for black and white photography. They're used primarily for landscape and architectural photography. But before we get into all of that, let's go ahead and roll the intro. Okay, so as I mentioned before the intro, we're looking at the Kase Wolverine magnetic number 25 red black and white filter for photography. Now, I ordered mine in the 82mm size, which is what I always recommend. Order your filters in the largest size possible, and then get yourself a good quality set of step-up rings, which step-up rings are not that expensive. You can get a good set of them on someplace like Amazon for like 12, 15, 20 bucks. It just depends on what brand you buy. And there's a whole bunch of different companies that make them. But today we're looking at this filter, and it comes in a nice plastic protective case like all of Kase's filters do. Now, Kase is one of the premier brands for filters on the market. These guys make some incredible filters, and I love the fact that their latest line of the Wolverine filters are magnetic. So it makes it quick and easy to switch them out on your camera lens if you're going out for a day of shooting and you're going to carry multiple filters. Maybe you're going to do some architectural and landscape with this red filter for black and white photography. And maybe you also want to carry your Kase Wolverine circular polarizing filter or one of your ND filters made by them. It just makes things extremely convenient. And as I said, I bought all of mine in the 82mm size. And the reason for that is I can use one set of filters with every lens that I own. It'll work on all of my Fujifilm lenses. They work on all my Viltrox lenses, my 𝐕𝐃 lenses. No matter who makes the lens, I've got a way to use one set of filters on absolutely every lens that I own. Now, you're probably wondering, why would I want a red filter for black and white photography? Well, one of the reasons why you'd want to use a filter like this is because the glass is red, it's going to affect your blues and greens, and it's going to make them a little more punchy, more contrasty, and give you some even better results for your black and white photography. Now, different cameras have black and white settings frequently, picture styles or film simulations if you shoot Fujifilm like I do. But using a filter like this can just add that extra punch and contrast to your black and white photography. Now, one of the nice things about using a filter like this with my Fujifilm cameras is Fujifilm has multiple black and white film simulations, and my all-time favorite is Acris. Now, they have a standard Acris, and then they also have Acris for red, blue, and green, I believe, if I remember correctly. And so if I use this filter on, say, my X Pro 3, which I've got here today with the Viltrox 27mm f1.2 Pro lens, if I use this filter with this camera, and then in post-processing, I just go in, click on the film simulation, click Acris plus R, which is the one for when you're using a red filter, I get some incredibly beautiful results using that particular setup. Now, you may have a camera that only has a basic monochrome setting instead of a variable black and white film simulations like the Fujifilm cameras do. Some cameras only have a simple black and white or monochrome profile, and this can make a lot of difference in your black and white photography. So if you want to get really punchy, contrasty black and white photography, you could put this lens on your camera, and then it won't matter if you don't have the additional film simulations that I have in my Fujifilm cameras. You can still get really beautiful black and white photography. So as you see here, I've already got some of my step-up rings on here. Now, the Viltrox lens that I'm using is 67mm front filter thread. So I've got a 67 to 72, a 72 to 77, and then a 77 to 82 to allow this filter to fit on the end of the lens. And you may think that that's a lot of work just to get one filter to fit. But if you think about it, again, like I said, it's not all that big a deal to use 3 adapters to put this filter on this particular lens. And it's going to, again, allow me to use one set of filters with every lens that I own. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning, this is one of Kase Wolverine's magnetic filters, so it just pops right off the front of my lens once I have the adapter ring that's magnetic installed into the front filter element. And then I can just snap the filter back on and it's not going to go anywhere. And the beauty part about having a magnetic filter system like this, and there's other companies on the market that make magnetic ones, not many, but there's one or two others at least that I know of, is when I'm out shooting all day, if I want to take multiple filters, I can just easily pop off the red filter and then pop on the same size CPL, or pop on one of my variable or one of my ND filters, whether it's a fixed or variable one. I've got all of them from Kase. This was the only filter that Kase makes in the Wolverine series that I didn't previously own. So now with the addition of this filter, I've got the entire collection of Kase Wolverine magnetic filters for all of my lenses. And so I'm pretty much very well equipped for any type of photography that I want to go out and do. All of my filter needs are covered, and all of them come in these beautiful hard plastic boxes to keep the lens safe. It's got some material on the inside, a foam type material that cushions and protects the filter. Now these filters are made from very high strength, high quality glass, so they shouldn't scratch or break easily, especially if you take proper care of them and keep them in the protective box when you're not using them. That's what I personally do with all of mine. And I have a small Pelican case that's filled with nothing but my filters and filter adapters and all of that good stuff. So I'm well protected when I'm out in the field all day long. Every filter is in its cushioned plastic box, and then all of those individual boxes are in a nice small Pelican style case so that they're very well protected when I'm out shooting all day long. So, well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share some sample images that I captured of some of the buildings in Uptown Roxborough today. Let you see the kind of images you can get using one of these red filters for black and white photography. You'll be able to see the images for yourself and see exactly what I'm talking about with the extra punch and contrast that you can get with your final images. Okay, so as you saw with the slideshow of images that I included in this video, I got quite a few of the buildings in the Uptown Roxborough area. It's a nice area of town, and I like to drive around there and just capture the buildings. There's some really cool buildings there. The old style pharmacy that is actually a pharmacy in the very back of the building, and it's a malt shop, like a 50s style malt shop. Restaurant in the front is really, really cool. And the United Methodist Church in Uptown Roxborough is a big, beautiful brick church. I always love to photograph large church buildings like that, especially the brick ones. I just think they look the coolest. And there's a variety of other older style buildings. We have the movie theater, and we have some of the other buildings in Uptown Roxborough, as well as the Person County Courthouse, which is a nice building as well. So just walking around the Uptown Roxborough area, I can easily capture a variety of architectural types and styles with the various buildings that are in that area, and get a variety of images that I was able to share with you in this video today. So that is the Kase Wolverine number 25 red black and white filter, magnetic filter. As I mentioned, it makes your black and white photography really pop, as you were able to see in the sample images. And I even threw a couple of landscape photos in there for you as well, so you could see how that looked, because it does make for really contrasty, dramatic skies, especially on a nice sunny day like today. you can get really cool looking skies for your images, and it just makes your images pop and stand out even more. Gives them better definition and better visuals than you would get without using something like this number 25 red filter. All right, that's going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch this video. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, turn on all notifications, and if you want to pick up one of these filters for yourself for your black and white photography, I have a link down in the description where you can go ahead and pick one up for yourself. All right, that's going to wrap this one up. I will see you all in the next video.